At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and an exciting new airport mall. Finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport. The experience will move you.
Hello my people, it is GCY of Sit, Sip and Chat, letting you guys know that the Post Lounge is back. We're going to be back at Axum Cafe on February 7th from 8 to 10 p.m. So you guys were inquiring and now we're back. Come on out and enjoy the vibes.
Every year, TelEm connects multiple schools across the island of St. Maarten. TelEm helps almost 25 schools stay connected to the internet, and they do it all for free. Approximately 5,000 students and educational staff in our community has access to the internet every day at school. By connecting them worry-free every day, year after year, we help reduce costs to education for institutions so that educators can concentrate on what they do best: educate and prepare the next generation. We understand that technology adds value to education in a big way, and this year we want to do even more. We want to connect students in other ways by giving them tools to help them succeed and stay connected. So this year, we have selected all the grade 5 and 6 students from the participating schools to be the recipients of special educational kits with access to discounted data plans. These kits include essential school supplies and a free data kit to help ensure this school year is a good one. We want to help students have access to the resources and knowledge afforded by the internet, as well as be able to stay in touch when needed with their parents and guardians. These data kits will have access to exclusive discounted data plans with reduced rates. These reduced rates will be exclusive to the students and staff of these schools. This way, both our students and educators can continue to stay connected and in touch at a more affordable and accessible rate. To all of the students, on behalf of TelEm, we want to wish you great endeavors and chase your dreams, because your dreams will come true once you put in the work. And to all of the teachers that do an amazing job with all of the students, we want to encourage you to continue doing that great job. On behalf of TelEm, stay connected, and we are out. Boom!
Welcome to the Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. I'm your host, Andrew Dick. Alrighty, kids, what's happening on the lovely island of St. Maarten? We begin with the news of the Women Islands Bank being the worst. And I mean the worst bank in St. Maarten history for 10 years in a row on the Late Night Show. How is it possible that this bank continues to collect L's on a daily basis? How is it that I'm so heated? Because in December, we saw a very vague message from WIB basically stating, hey, dogs, cats, we're going to be increasing our fees, but we're going to let you know when we're ready. And that was the message. So basically, prepare for doomsday. Yes, God, I am your enemy. That was the message. So, January passed, which is always the hardest month in St. Maarten. Okay, cool. We just start February. WIB comes out with a notice. And what does the notice say? AI, please.
WIB new fees. Effective March 1st, 2024, Windward Islands Bank will introduce the following new fees. Third-party deposit fee, WIB clients 2.63 guilders and non-WIB clients 5.26 guilders. Over-the-counter cash withdrawal fee 2.63 guilders for any amount under 1,800 guilders. Utilities payment fee, WIB customers 5.26 guilders and non-WIB customers 11.16 guilders. Personal transactions, made by seniors 65 plus, remain free. WIB encourages clients to make full use of our less costly alternatives, such as 24/7 ATM service, POS terminals, online banking. Your partner in progress. We love you, Sint Maarten.
AI, tell me something funny so I can smile.
Give a man a gun and he will rob a bank. Give a man a bank and he will rob everyone.
That's nice, Pete. I mean, AI, that's very nice. That's very clever. It's kind of good. All right. Compose. Now, understand what I'm saying, eh? Businesses need to survive and banks are becoming a little bit obsolete, but not to a point whereby you don't need them because they made sure that they are indoctored into our system of daily living. So it is beside of me when I see that only one particular bank continues to screw civil servants and about maybe like 50% of the population having a bank account there since they were born. It's almost like we were set up to fail because we are basically buying to this bank whereby we have this sentimental type of connection whereby we say, you know, when I was born, my hardworking mother and father gave me a bank book. You know, the proudness if when somebody says, you want to see my bank book? You know, it's like a birthright almost. Like you make sure you open a bank account for your little one, eh? And then you save and you're all proud, and then you reach 18, and then you notice life is not a box of chocolate. So guess what? You have to take out that college money early. And then you take it out. After you take it out, you're like, okay, life. And then, you know, you start to work. And then they start to tell you, you need your grandmother's ancestors, including Sarah Westcott Williams' a signature from when she discovered St. Maarten as to open a bank account. And then you finally get all the documents, you dig out all the graves, you take the DNA, the Ancestry.com's investigations, all the documents, you bring it to the bank, you wait 2 months, and you finally get a checking account at the same bank you had an account with the same address. And you're still the same person for the past 30 years. But they don't trust you because you might be a outsider, you might be an imposter, you might have a double identity. How dare you might change addresses and don't inform the census office. You know what? We don't trust the census office. You're going to bring a GB bill for me. You're going to bring a landlord declaration for me. You're going to bring the last pay slip you had from your 3 jobs ago. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to the other bank where you at and you're going to close your account before you come by us because money laundering is real. Wait a minute now. So, a friend of mine told me that even in Bonaire, when you go to the bank to deposit your hard-working money, cash, you have to pay $5.
What?
When you pay in your bill from all these companies that is telling you that you need to do this online banking business, they don't want you to come in the line no more. It's a thing of the past. They encourage you to do online banking, online banking, online banking. Now these banks telling you, this bank, Windward Islands Bank telling you, $11 for non-clients, and for clients, because you're part of us, we are one, sound like National Alliance, $6.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Or $5, something like that. It's okay. We got you. We understand. Times are hard. So we don't have to worry about fuel costs no more. We don't got to worry about extra makeup amounts from GB. We got to worry about WIB just disappearing, and you know how good it is with it. You know when somebody send you a $200 and you go to the bank and you're all excited, you're like English, ready to go, 197. Oh well. Then you just withdraw a little $60 and bam, 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 and then you just forget about it. But you ever wonder what happened to the $3? And it happens so sly now. Only when you're broke, you're dead broke. You like, what? How the hell? $5 gone? What happened? Oh well, YOLO. Listen, you think those boys on the bikes that is wear the mask and go into jewelry stores are the robbers? The real robbers are the ones who are smiling in your face, telling you to wait 2 hours in line, and they screw you right in front of you, in your face. Like, there's a $6 transaction fee because you're not part of the bank. However, you're going to pay guilders or dollars. You wanted to take it out, or you're going to pay it separate. Miss, I taken out $50 though. $50 though. So you mean to tell me you're going to give me 45? Okay, because your brokers need it. Listen, these banks, and thank God, Windward Island Bank did me the favor years ago when I cussed them up and called them the worst bank. I called the management name. I called everybody up their mother, and they sent me a letter saying, remember when you were 16 years old and you signed a contract stating that no matter what, we can decline your business and we could close your account at any time, no matter the decision, and you can't bring us to court?
That's you, bitch.
Well, we're enacting it now. And they show me my signature from when I was 16 now. I was like, I signed this? I said, but I was part of your bank since I was 15 though. Like, how are you just gonna close my account? You have 30 days to remove everything out of your account. I said, well, thank God I only got $8 in it. Check it.
That's you, bitch.
So guess what? You can't come after me for my bank account anymore because I find, I was just about to say a better bank, but and I'm not calling the name because I don't want no troubles. Andrew, we didn't get the transfer. Sorry. You're like, wait, sorry. I didn't mean it. You're the best bank. I'm sorry. But anything is better than Windward Island Bank. I would trust you remember you always have like an uncle or an aunt that just come over to your house and they end up stealing something, but their family, I quicker trust that person than Windward Island Bank. I quicker put it underneath the mattress. I quicker make a compartment somewhere in my house and put all the money in there because this thing is not real. And they're just taking, siphoning, transaction fee, internet fee, existing fee, the reason you're a human fee, you're in St. Maarten fee, air free, water free, opening the door free, security fee, tax free, tourist free, because we're named WIB free, like all kind of fees. Like, whoa, over the counter fee. You see what they said, over the counter fee. So I paying for the cashier twice. You know, I just only sweat when I get heated and I'm livid. I was like, Pete, I got to go after this bank today. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, are you hush or your mouth? Because we're going to complain about it, but they're going to implement it. And they're just going to go ahead and have a nice day because guess what? We ain't going to do shit about it. We want our money and we want it now. If you're going to skim a $7 or $8 or $10 off of it, so be it. The moment we accepted that banks in St. Maarten decided to take checks because you're not part of their bank, they taking a big $15 off of it, is the moment we gave them power over us. So now we could just complain. We could post on Facebook. We could just bitch about it. But tomorrow, guess who's going to stand in line when they got checked? Guess who's going to stand in line when they need a loan? Master, please, let me owe you. Please, let me owe you. Please, let me owe you. You could put 20% on it and I'm going to pay for the next 10 years. Please, let me owe you. What do you want? Where do you want to do it? You want it in the back? You want it in the front? Where you want? Because we just sell out all the time when it comes to these banks. And we had no problem with it because central bank ain't doing nothing. Minister of Finance checked out long time because National Alliance ain't win. So Atwell Irion, this is your fault. Nobody else. The bank's basically doing what the hell they want. And don't even get me started because we don't have to worry about the banking consumer protection anymore. We don't have to worry about everybody getting a bank account anymore because Bryson is not there anymore. So guess what's going to happen? The bank's like, hey, MP Bryson, you want to come work as an account manager by us? You could tell everybody what the requirements is when it is to get a bank account. Booyah! In your face. All right. Now we're going to dedicate the shows for the last days of these wonderful members of Parliament that we're not going to see anymore to parliamentarians who had much to say over the years. And tonight we start off with, who would be the best person to start off with? Let me start off with Cookie Siddharth Bailani.
Good morning, members of Parliament, support staff, visitors in the Public Tribune, radio listeners, TV viewers, viewers via social media, and members of the media. Welcome to the public meeting number 23. We have established a quorum of 11 members. Please stand for a moment of silence.
Pete, that's it? You couldn't find me? I thought we would have a whole half an hour for the 4 years. No long, no, Pete, nothing. The man just say hello. I'm the chairman. Meeting begins. That's it. Let's go to the most memorable speech of the outgoing member of Parliament, Rhonda Bryson. Now that I know we got time, right, Pete? I hope so. Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning to you, to my colleague members of Parliament, the Secretary General, and those viewing this meeting. Mr. Chairman, this is the fourth parliamentary closing and opening that, since becoming a member of this coalition, that we have had the pleasure of experiencing. The fact is that this is the first time that one government has been able to enjoy the support of Parliament for 4 terms. And I think that is something very significant that some will try to downplay, but I have my reasons for understanding why we did not move away from the wishes of thousands and thousands of voters that said the constant drop-in of government for political play and for individualism was not something they wanted to see anymore. But Mr. Chairman, during those 4 years, what has the United People's Party been able to do? Well, let me start with you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I am very pleased in your ability to quietly and humbly restore order to the Parliament of St. Maarten, considering the havoc that was being done before by your predecessor. And Mr. Chairman, contrary to popular belief, at the time when you came in as Chairman of Parliament, there were 32 outstanding meetings requiring ministers to attend. Mr. Chairman, in our last procedure meeting that we had, we found that there are now 13 outstanding meetings. So whenever they call and talk about outstanding meetings and so on, the facts will show that you as chairman have done an excellent job together with the presidium to to get as many meetings that have been outstanding out of the way, and that is the manner in which Parliament should function. So I have to thank you, first of all, Mr. Chairman, for keeping your poise and doing the work in the interest of the people and representing the United People's Party well in your role. We continue to represent ourselves extremely well, both in the government and in Parliament. Because if you really dig away all of the innuendos and the melee that they try to throw our way, one thing everyone and the people of St. Maarten look at when it comes to the members of the United People's Party faction here in Parliament and our representation in the government, it is at a high level of work ethic, hard work, and tangible accomplishments. Mr. Chairman, I have focused from the time I entered the Parliament to be a competent legislator that brings definite things that I know can affect the people's lives. Many will remember, of course, the UTS law that provided funds for the first time for police officers to get paid. And people would say, but Rolando, you didn't get the credit. It's not about the credit. It's about ensuring that the people that deserve what they have to get got what they needed to get. And I continue to work in that manner. Mr. Chairman, if you look at our deputy leader and minister of VSA and how he has been able to do things that for so long have gone completely unchecked, raising the minimum wage, raising the pension, dealing with the hospital. When you look at the Ministry of TIAT, for the first time expanding the basket of goods and establishing proper price control within our country. The United People's Party is proven that we did what we had to do and what we promised to the people. We come in here to work. That's what we're here for. We're here to work for the people. And Mr. Chairman, a lot of people do ask, but Rolando, are you happy with the other aspects of the government? Because no government is perfect, and there's definitely some things that I would have liked to see better. I have talked publicly and privately about our manner in handling the government-owned companies and having this so-called hands-off approach and arm's-length approach. Even the faction leader of the National Alliance has mentioned that as well. But Mr. Chairman, the fact is the United People's Party has 2 seats in the Council of Ministers out of 7. And the democracy in the Council of Ministers is that way. Because while we pulled off a miracle in going from 0 to 4 seats, the fact is, in this term, we were the smaller member of this coalition. But I didn't use that as an excuse to say we would do nothing. For example, you recently see that the Minister of VSA did not just sit back and not hear the cries of the people when it comes to GB, and took his own initiative via the Ministry of Social Affairs to do what we can. That is what we do. When the police were having issues, it was not our ministry, but we presented solutions right here in the Parliament that was executed by the government and prevented a disaster that could have happened during Carnival and beyond. The solution in the past was to stand here and say that you no longer support the government. But you know who would have liked that? Those that were in here before and caused most of the problems that we're dealing with today. They would have liked that. They would have won. Not the people, not the parties, their own personal interest. And I said no. Because the moment for the people to decide who is the political party that can truly lead this country, you have had 4 years to carefully observe in the government and in the Parliament who gets the job done, who tackles the things that have been unaddressed for far too long, like the banking sector, where now, finally, the banking reform legislation is on its way to Parliament because it has finished its advice at the Council of Advice. Legislation that I have championed for very long. And listening to the cries of the people where 21% of our people do not have access to banking. But did we sit back and do nothing and just criticize our government? No. We did what we had to do as parliamentarians to affect change to our people. And that is the measuring stick that I expect the people will use in exactly 4 months when they vote in the upcoming election. I remember one of our founding members, Franklin Myers, said that during governing, the right thing to do is focus on your similarities. And during an election, you do highlight your differences. And the fact is, there are many differences in the manner that the United People's Party would want to govern, would want to lead, and those will be highlighted in the coming months. But Mr. Chairman, I don't want us to lose sight of what is truly important and what the people actually want to see. I believe that St. Maarteners are now waking up to the dream that was being sold to them by people. That now when Hushang's Ansari's damage to the country is now on the front page every other day, they can realize that those were not the good old days. Those were the days when you were being told, while you're hungry and given a slice of bread, when you deserve a loaf or a bakery for that matter, but because the person gave you a slice of bread, you think they gave you something. No, St. Maarten was held back for 30 years almost. Just looking at Mullet Bay alone, and when you connect the dots of everything else and who are all connected to it, the people of St. Maarten's eyes are finally open. All of this discussion we're having now about any and so on, where did it start? And who was in power all these times for 30 years? Mr. Chairman, that trend is finally being broken because we have leaders that have stepped up to say enough is enough and have stood our ground to say you're not going to bully me into trying to let your empire continue. And the people of St. Maarten appreciate that. That is why they support us at our Congress. That is why they support us in the streets. And that is why they want to see the United People's Party continue to do what we are doing. And despite whoever walks away and depends and acts as if they feel they have the better way to do it, God bless them, Mr. Chairman. But I can judge the sincerity of myself. I know what I am willing to do for the people, Mr. Chairman, because I have asked only one thing when I pray to God, and I ask him to guide me as a member of Parliament, as a leader of this party. And just like King Solomon, I asked for only one thing: wisdom. And that wisdom has allowed me to see what is coming, to be ahead of them every single step of the way when they try whatever they could to keep us down. But the fact is, we're only going in one direction, and that is up. Mr. Chairman, I believe that the people of St. Maarten, I would like to really thank them from the bottom of my heart. It is not easy what we and myself sometimes have to endure in this political arena because it gets extremely nasty. Even now that they're huffing and puffing just because they can't stand the truth that I am speaking. They know what they are trying to do, but it's not going to work because we know that we are doing right by the people of St. Maarten. So to all of you, thank you, people of St. Maarten, for giving me that opportunity to keep us strong, and we will continue to represent you the best way we can with the new way up. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
He will be missed. Someone like he dead, though, the way we're just talking about him. We'll miss you. You know? It's like candle in the wind. No, he's not dead, guys. He's just not in Parliament for the upcoming term. Take it easy. Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, more late night.
Mom. How are you?
Hi, darling. I'm fine. Just calling to say hi.
Oh, okay. We got over here.
Girl, I hear watching this movie and it...
But Mom, you finished all your minutes yet?
No, girl. TelEm has new postpaid plans and automatically upgraded my postpaid package.
Is that so?
Guess what? I am getting more minutes and almost double the amount of data for the same price.
I guess I'm making a switch now.
Let me call you back, Mom.
Hey Tash, you hear about TelEm new postpaid plans?
Flashback.
We are here with the one and only, the lawyer of the Prison Inmates Association, Ms. Shamina Roseberg. Can you tell us a little bit about the situation right now at the Point Blank Prison? We know that this is day 7 of the strike they initiated since Friday. They sent a letter to the editor. So just give us, in a nutshell, some of the issues at the prison.
Thank you, Andrew. Yes, indeed, the prisoners are striking. Currently at the prison, the inmates are feeling that their safety is at risk, that they're not being taken serious. Don't get me wrong, if you do the crime, you have to do the time, but you have to do it on the right circumstances. At the end, we're still dealing with humans that need to come out after they serve their time, and you want them to come out better. So currently, they're striking because safety is at risk. Currently, there are 80 inmates in the Point Blanche prison, 80 males, and I think 7 females. And there are only 2, sometimes 3 guards that have to protect, let's focus on the males, those 80 males. That's not safe. That's not safe. So per shift, imagine 80 prisoners that need to be protected, and there are only 2 or 3 guards that are protecting them, and sometimes females only. So that's a major safety issue, and it can go wrong. And if it goes wrong, and we have seen it in the past already, it will go wrong tremendously.
Yeah.
And we want to avoid that. That's point number 1. Other than that, medical assistance, the proper medical care, not having to wait weeks or months to get medical assistance. The law is quite clear. You need to be able to receive the proper medical help.
Yeah.
When you enter the prison for the first time, officially, you need to be examined by a doctor. And that not always happens at this moment, according to the inmates, because yes, I'm not there myself, but what I do know is that it takes a while to get medical assistance. If it's at the police station or at the Point Blanche prison, it's terrible at times that it can go wrong and people get injured or an ambulance has to come, and then action will be taken, and we cannot wait so long.
Yeah, and it's been going on for some time now.
Yes, indeed.
Because I'm sure that this had to build up to them actually striking. As far as management is concerned, I know that a letter came out explaining some of the situation. Were you able to look over the response from the...
Yeah, I scanned through the response, and indeed, management is stating that they're working on the points and that certain things are in place. And I'm not here to be battling and stating like, oh no, that's not true, or this is true, or this is not true, or no, they're not getting that amount of assistance. I'm seeing that they're trying, but the question is if they're trying hard enough, and if it can continue like this. And I'm of the opinion that that's not the case. I am of the opinion that serious action needs to be taken, and therefore in the article that came out today, I even assisted and brought forward certain points that easily can be adapted again. I'm saying easily because It was done in the past already.
And what are some of the points?
Some of the points are, for example, seeing that the prison is overcrowded. 80 persons are incarcerated at this moment, 80 males. And in the past it was even 70 and it was overcrowded already. We need to put in a system in place that will bring down that capacity. Again, don't get me wrong, when you do something wrong, you have to pay for it, you know?
Yeah.
So this, how you have to pay for jail time or whatsoever. So let's say you're in prison and you're serving that time. At a certain moment, if you have behaved in a certain manner, good behavior, you're following the task, you're assisting where assistance is needed, reward a prisoner, because by rewarding them, the others might see, oh, you know, prisoner A is getting a reward.
Good behavior.
I want to behave good as well. I want to be rewarded as well. And that brings down the pressure, and the pressure will also assist the guards. The pressure will make sure that the prison and the prisoners are less stressed. And at the end, for them, the time that they are serving will become less. In the past, the governor had the option to give a discount, like a 10% discount on a sentence, or a few months off a sentence. So if you perform work in the prison, then you will get a certain discount. If you behave well, you will get a certain discount. So that will bring down the pressure and you will be rewarded. And again, it's not a gift, don't get me wrong, but we have to understand that it cannot continue like this. And yes, a new prison will be built in the future. In the future is not now. So what will happen now? We cannot continue to violate the rights. And we have to remember that these people eventually have to come back into society. And you want them to come back better. So for the people that might think like, hello, it's not a hotel, they need to serve their time, they did something wrong, that's correct. But at the end, remember, they have to come back.
No matter what,
And I think we all can agree that we want them to come back better. And those points that I brought forward can assist in making sure that the circulation in the prison, it will go more efficiently. It will make sure that at this moment, nobody will stay longer incarcerated at, for example, the police station, because seeing that the prison is full right now, the inmates that are arrested now, officially you're only entitled to stay max 10 days at the police station. But because there's a problem in placing people in the Point Blanche prison at this moment, because it's full, they're keeping them longer at the police station, which is officially a violation. And if the attorney would step to the AVRM, the human courts judges, then they will eventually again mention that, hey, this is a violation, the kingdom is not allowed to do that, Holland is not allowed to do that, St. Maarten is violating the rights again, and we don't want that. So therefore, let's create a system that will make the circulation go easier.
In the meantime.
Or even, although it costs money, we don't have the laws, we have the laws for a reason, that if St. Maarten cannot guarantee the safety, then we have to look at the other islands. We have Bonaire, we have Curaçao. Curaçao is not much better, but at least better than St. Maarten. But Bonaire, for example, a good prison, not full. Let's see what options there are to regulate that the inmates can be transported for a certain amount of time, so that certain things can be set in place so that eventually they can come back. I'm seeing that the Justice Ministry is doing their best with what they can do at this moment, but I think there's more that can be done, and that's why the previous policy that was in place can be put in place again and can assist the current situation. Also, the ankle bracelet can be put in place in a manner that it will have a certain structure that again will
elevate the pressure that is on the prison at this moment, because the pressure needs to be taken off, and we need to be very creative in how that will be done.
As far as staffing is concerned, you just mentioned, there are certain times you have 3 or less workers, but at the same time, I remember the VKS used to also assist. But as you know, the Justice Ministry is having some issues as far as payment of workers is concerned, and that's a complete different issue. But it also plays a role in beefing up the staffing at the prison. You think the ministry should also focus on that?
What the ministry should focus on is making sure that the guards that are working at the prison have the proper guidance and schooling on how to deal with prisoners, because we don't, it's not a job 1, 2, 3. You cannot just place a VKS'er there and think that, oh yeah, they can do the job. It takes proper skills to deal with inmates. It's a whole different department. So I don't want to delve into VKS or police or whatsoever. What I want to focus on is that once incarcerated, you get the proper care through schooling, through resocialization, rehabilitation, through connecting with your family members in the proper way, through being able to elevate your stress by, for example, having more hours of lucht. I don't know the term.
Free time.
Free time, airtime, because at this moment, they only get 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon, while the law states that at least 1 hour. At least is the minimum. Now we're making use of the minimum. So why not increase that amount of hours so that also will bring down the pressure? Why not increase the visiting capacity so that will also make sure that the stress goes down? Also have an intimate family room. You can fill that in however you want, but at the end, we're dealing with humans. Also, that will bring down the stress. On the other hand, if that stress is down, management will be able to focus on other things, and also the prison guards will be able to come to their job happily because, hey, you know what? There's no tension in the prison and I can do my job. Because now a lot of guards are scared to go to work. They're sick, they're staying home because they don't feel safe.
It's a boiling situation that's happening.
It's a boiling situation, and it's crazy to hear that because there are not enough guards to work, inmates now have to assist when a fight happens. Like, what are we doing?
And where? Where is that? The situation now, though, that the strike continues.
Because the strike, and I don't know if you know what that really means, but they're striking, and that means that in the kitchen, they're not cooking, they're not cleaning, they're not bringing around ice, they're not assisting in other jobs that they have. So all of that need to be done by the guards, which we don't have, and maybe management is also assisting. But it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. And they also want to be able to just do their time in peace, but not by their rights being violated over and over and over, and not by every time a plaster is placed on the wound, like, hey, we're trying a thing, hey, family day is back, or hey, yes, we're assisting with medical care, or hey, the VE is in place, but at a certain moment you'll be able to get VE. We know all of that they're trying, but what about the other things to make sure that the pressure is lifted? And I really urge for that old policy to
be re-implemented.
So that will relieve the pressure, and that will make sure as well that the laws and regulations are at least followed concerning their rights.
Can the inmates bring the government to court?
The inmate can bring the government to court if they feel like, hey, my rights are being violated. You can start a court case against the country of St. Maarten. Like, hey,
that's a possibility.
That's a possibility, but you don't want to bring it that far because you don't want that battle. But at the end, if you need to fight for your rights, you need to fight for your rights. And then you will look at other options as Europe. Let Europe know, like, hey, this is going on. The Netherlands, hey, the prison system is still at stake. What are you guys doing? Because I believe it's not only a Sint Maarten issue, it's a koninkrijksaangelegenheid. And so it's bigger than Sint Maarten.
It's the kingdom, yeah.
And if Sint Maarten cannot assist the other islands need to contribute, because yes, we are in this situation.
Yeah, we're part of the kingdom.
But we're part of the kingdom.
Yeah.
And if we go to the European court, they will look at the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So let's put that pressure, let's apply that pressure, and let's make sure that we at least can diffuse the situation at this moment. Let's come with concrete plans. Like, okay, the timeline is this. I know that as a ministry, you cannot discuss every detail because it's still safety situation.
Yeah.
So we're not expecting that. But at least take the concern serious and make it clear in what timeline the request can be handled. The phone situation, having a public phone to be able to call your loved ones are basic rights. Being able to be out in the open for a longer amount of time, it's a basic right.
Yeah, because you have prisoners that's there for years.
Being able to, for example, other than work inside of the prison, being able to work outside of the prison, because also that is a win-win situation for Sint Maarten. There are a lot of jobs that need to be done, but payment is always the issue. Mm-hmm. You can have prisoners perform the work for a lower amount, and then that work still will be done. And that, again, makes sure that the stress in the prison becomes less.
Yeah, because they have something to look forward to.
They have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I also understand that, hey, we hardly have guards, so how are we going to perform that?
Yeah.
But then, for example, maybe the VKS can play a role, or other security companies that can be looked into. But the law give you that option, so let's make use of that option. Mm-hmm. Because again, the bigger picture is it will help Sint Maarten and it will also help the inmates in reducing their stress. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I think it's time for us to look at the bigger picture, for us to work together, for us to come with a timeline of a plan of action and to do what needs to be done to make sure that until we have the new prison, what is the short-term solution and what are the deadlines that will be applied to those matters that need to be tackled. And where the inmates are ready to listen, I'm also ready to assist where assistance is needed so that we can do this together. It's not the idea to tackle the ministry, but it's the idea to make it known that, hey, they're still there and they still need help and assistance, and it cannot continue like this any longer because they're human beings and they need the proper guidance for at the end when they will be released, that they will be in a better position than when they came in. Else you will have them there a week later again, and I don't think that's the idea of the system.
That is it for the late night show. Thank you so much for watching. Until tomorrow, do have a safe and pleasant one. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.
Well, you know these times are so rough. We just gotta go strong. And we shall make it through, you know. Stop me! I sing this one for my people. So the struggle real don't give up. Nothing in life is ever easy. See, that's just the way things are. This one for my people. So the struggle real don't give up. Nothing in life is ever easy. See, that's just the way things are. Remember, Buju Banton say it's not an easy road. So many ups obstacles, so many ups and downs, so many different things will try to knock you off your foot. But it's up to you to rise above it all and go through. No matter what the circumstance, if positivity rules. The more you push yourself to win, your blessing must come true. Determination is essential like a plate of food. So get up and stand up like Bob Marley sang in the tune. Remember words of Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey too. One of the best ways to survive is to believe in you. You gotta find that inner strength, step forward and let it loose. Cause no man was born to suffer but to live and live good.
Rise up, we got to keep the fight up. No weapon won't come from higher. Just keep the faith and trust the Father. He can only make you stronger in this evil them a conjure. Rise up, we got to keep the fight up. No weapon won't come from higher. Just keep the faith and trust the Father. He can only make you stronger in this evil them a conjure. Lockdown in a me house, me tell you what a nightmare. Corona pandemic got the whole world in a scare. Wake up in the morning, first thing me say a prayer and thank the Father for me health and grateful I am still here. To spread a little hope to all my people out there. So many people die, it seems that life's so unfair. Me witness so much sorrow till me I them want tear. But God is in control, so this your queen, you don't fear. Now listen, crowd of people, let me make it real clear. Don't let the situation lead your mind in despair. Coronavirus won't fit your families in tears. These words are coming from me heart, me lyrics sincere.
We're unstoppable, yeah. We'll make it through this, yeah, yeah. Nothing can stand in our way, yeah, yeah, yeah. No matter what may come your way, be optimistic, yeah, yeah. Let's hope and pray for a better day, yeah, yeah, yeah. Living in a time like this, we can never give up. Gotta keep your faith up strong, you should never give up. Let's get down on our knees, we gotta stay prayed up. Earth is crying out, there's so much going on, yeah. We're living in a wonderful world with beautiful people. Just stop the war and learn to love again, yeah.
Heavenly Father, who art in Zion, I call on your name not for fame. I call on you to ease this world, to ease this pain. Give thanks and praise to the Most High Jah, who acknowledge when we pray. In this pandemic, Jah know we are gonna make it. Be wise and be safe. Mask on your face. Message of hope. My people be safe. Whoa, hey, hey. In this pandemic, Jah know we are gonna make it. In this pandemic, whoa, whoa, hey. In this pandemic, Jah know we are gonna make it. In this pandemic, wow. I sing this one for my people. So the struggle real, don't give up. Nothing in life is ever easy.
Just keep the faith and trust the Father. He can only make you stronger in this evil them a conjure.
No matter